You're finished, Ethan. The words explode like a gunshot in the sleek, high-rise office of Apex Innovations, 30 stories above Atlanta's buzzing Peachtree Street. It's after hours, the city's neon lights flickering through the glass walls. Olivia Bennett, a 42-year-old tech exec in a tailored blazer, looms over the conference table, her blue eyes blazing with venom. She thrusts her phone forward, a blurry photo glowing on the screen, a damning image that could destroy a man's life. You thought you could sneak into my house, take advantage of me, and walk away clean? Her voice drips with accusation, each word a calculated stab. Ethan Carter doesn't flinch. At 35, this single black dad is 6 feet of quiet strength, his chiseled frame steady in a crisp button-down. His handsome face, framed by a neat fade, holds a gaze that cuts through Olivia's rage like a blade. "Miss Bennett," he says, voice low, almost too calm, "I drove you home from that Buckhead gala because you were falling over drunk. I made sure you were safe. But if you're coming for me, you'd better know I don't break easy." His lips curve into a faint, dangerous smile, and Olivia's smirk falters. What's he hiding? This isn't just a workplace spat. It's a battle for survival. Ethan Carter's no stranger to fighting the odds. A data genius at one of Atlanta's top tech firms, he's climbed from a rough childhood in Mechanicsville to a corner office, all while raising his 9-year-old daughter, Ava, alone. But one good deed, helping his boss after she downed too many martinis at the company's annual bash, has turned his world upside down. Olivia's accusing him of something unthinkable, waving that photo like a loaded gun. "It's your word against mine, Ethan," she sneers, leaning in close. "Guess who the world's gonna believe?" But Ethan's not just fighting for his job. He's fighting for Ava's future, for his dignity, and for every person who's ever been judged before they could speak. And here's the thing, Olivia's about to learn she's underestimated the wrong man. Buckle up, because this Atlanta showdown's got a twist that'll leave your jaw on the floor. You won't believe what Ethan's got planned. Let's pull back the curtain on Ethan Carter, the man at the heart of this storm. Picture a cozy 2-story house in Atlanta's quiet West End, just 3 miles from downtown's hustle. It's Saturday morning, and Ethan's out front, tossing a basketball with his 9-year-old daughter, Ava. At 35, Ethan's 6 feet tall, with a lean, runner's build and a warm smile that lights up his handsome face. "You gotta aim higher, kiddo," he laughs, ruffling Ava's braids as she giggles. This is Ethan's world, Ava, his reason for everything. Growing up in Mechanicsville's rough streets, he lost his mom at 10 and bounced through foster homes. 4 years in the Navy taught him discipline, but it was nights teaching himself to code that landed him a data analyst job at Apex Innovations. Now, he's the guy who spots patterns others miss, earning respect, until Olivia Bennett decided to paint him as a villain. Now, shift gears to Olivia's world. High above Atlanta in Apex's 40th floor executive suite, Olivia, 42, rules with an iron grip. Blonde, polished, and always in a power suit, she's the company's star, closing million-dollar deals with a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. But behind closed doors, her jokes about diversity quotas and her habit of scrutinizing black employees' work, like Ethan's flawless reports, betray a colder truth. Colleagues whisper about her icy stares at company mixers, especially when Ethan's ideas outshine hers. Last week's gala at Buckhead's ritziest hotel was no different. Olivia, 3 martinis deep, stumbled into Ethan's path, slurring gratitude as he helped her to his car. He thought he was doing right. He didn't know she'd twisted into a trap. Back at the office, Monday's air feels different. Ethan walks the open-plan floor, his polished shoes clicking on hardwood. Heads turn away. Whispers follow. "Did you hear about him and Olivia?" Someone mutters. Ethan's jaw tightens, but his eyes stay sharp. Olivia's already spinning her story, and the office is eating it up. This isn't just a misunderstanding, it's a setup, and Ethan's world is about to get rocked. But if you think he's going down without a fight, you don't know Ethan Carter. The air in Apex Innovations' Atlanta headquarters feels like a pressure cooker. It's Monday, 9 a.m., and Ethan Carter steps off the elevator on the 40th floor, his polished loafers echoing in the open-plan office. At 6 feet tall, with a runner's build and a sharp jawline, he's used to turning heads. But today, the stares are different. Cold. Accusing. In a glass-walled conference room, Olivia Bennett, the 42-year-old exec with a $1 million smile, holds court. She's flanked by HR manager Rachel Thompson and two stone-faced company lawyers. On the table, Olivia's phone displays a grainy photo. Her, disheveled on her Buckhead penthouse bed, hair a mess. "This," she declares, voice icy, "is what Ethan did after driving me home from the gala. He took advantage of me when I was vulnerable." Ethan, seated across from her, doesn't blink. His dark eyes lock onto Olivia's, steady as steel. "That's a lie, Miss Bennett," he says, his tone low but razor-sharp. "I dropped you off at 11 p.m., safe and sound. That photo, you took it yourself, 3 hours later. I've got proof." Olivia's laugh cuts through the room, sharp and dismissive. "Proof?" she scoffs, leaning forward, her blonde bob catching the light. "A man like you, Ethan? Against me? Good luck." The lawyers exchange glances, but Rachel shifts uncomfortably, her pen tapping the table. The accusation lands like a bomb. By noon, the office is a hive of whispers. "Ethan? Really?" a co-worker mutters, glancing at him over a cubicle wall. Another shakes her head. "I thought he was one of the good ones." Ethan walks the 200-foot hallway to his desk, jaw tight, feeling every eye on him. Olivia's story is spreading faster than a Georgia wildfire, and she's playing it like a pro. Vague enough to avoid lawsuits, vicious enough to ruin him. Back in the conference room, she leans toward Rachel, smirking. "Men like him always think they can get away with it," she says, loud enough for Ethan to hear as he passes by. His fist clenches, but his face stays calm. Olivia thinks she's won. She doesn't know Ethan's been preparing for this fight his whole life. And he's just getting started. The fallout hits Ethan Carter like a freight train. By Tuesday morning, the 40th floor of Apex Innovations in Atlanta feels like a ghost town for him. The open-plan office, usually buzzing with chatter, is now a maze of averted eyes and hushed whispers. Ethan, 6 feet tall with a runner's build, walks the 200-foot hallway to his desk, his handsome face set in a mask of calm. But the weight of every glance stings. "I heard he crossed a line with Olivia," a co-worker murmurs, pretending to check her phone. Another, a guy Ethan used to grab beers with, turns away as he passes. Olivia's poison has spread, and it's working. At 10 a.m., Rachel Thompson from HR summons Ethan to a sterile meeting room. Her voice is tight, avoiding his eyes. "Ethan, we've received a formal complaint from Ms. Bennett. You're suspended without pay, effective immediately, pending investigation." She slides a letter across the table, its Apex logo glaring like a scarlet letter. Ethan's jaw clenches, but he nods, his dark eyes unreadable. "Understood," he says, voice steady, though his mind races to his daughter, Ava, and the 9-year-old's trusting smile. As he leaves, Olivia watches from her glass-walled office, her blonde bob framing a smug grin. "That's what happens when you forget your place," she mutters to a lawyer, loud enough for Ethan to hear. Back home in Atlanta's West End, 3 miles from downtown, Ethan sits on his porch, the evening air thick with Georgia humidity. The 2-story house is quiet, Ava asleep upstairs. He stares at the suspension letter, its words blurring. Bills are due in 2 weeks, and Ava's school trip to Savannah is next month. He could lose everything, his job, his reputation, his ability to provide. But then his gaze hardens. Ethan thinks of the foster homes he survived, the Navy missions he aced, the nights he coded until dawn to build this life. Olivia thinks she's broken him. She's wrong. In his pocket, his phone holds the proof, recordings, timestamps, everything. Ethan's not just a dad fighting for his kid. He's a warrior, and this battle's far from over. Ethan Carter isn't down for the count. It's Wednesday night, and in his West End home, 3 miles from Atlanta's skyline, the single dad sits at his kitchen table, a single lamp casting shadows across his chiseled face. At 6 feet, with a runner's build, Ethan's calm exterior hides a storm of resolve. His 9-year-old daughter, Ava, sleeps upstairs, her dreams safe for now. Ethan's laptop glows, displaying a video file timestamped 11:03 p.m., the night of Apex Innovations Gala. His dark eyes narrow, a faint smile breaking through. "You picked the wrong guy, Olivia," he mutters, clicking play. Flashback to that night at the Buckhead Hotel, 5 miles north. Olivia Bennett, Apex's star exec, stumbles in the ballroom, her blonde bob a mess, martini glass empty. Ethan, ever the stand-up guy, steps in. "Miss Bennett, let me get you home," he says, voice steady. But Ethan's no fool. Growing up in Mechanicsville's tough streets, surviving foster care, and thriving in the Navy taught him one rule: always cover your bases. Before helping Olivia into his car, he taps an app on his phone. Audio recording started. A discreet dashcam, hidden in his sedan's windshield, captures every move. The footage rolls, Ethan gently settling Olivia into the passenger seat, driving the 10-mile route to her penthouse, and leaving her safe at her door by 11:15 p.m. Every second is documented. Airtight. Back in the present, Ethan leans back, his smile widening. This isn't just about clearing his name, it's about flipping the script. Olivia's accusation, that damning photo she waved in HR's face, is a house of cards. Ethan's proof, audio, video, timestamps, is a wrecking ball. He thinks of the whispers at Apex, the suspension letter, the bills piling up. Then he thinks of Ava, her bright eyes asking, "Daddy, you okay?" That's why he fights. Ethan spent years outsmarting systems rigged against him, from foster homes to corporate games. Olivia thinks she's untouchable, perched in her 40th floor office. She's wrong. Ethan's not just a dad or a data analyst. He's a strategist, and his plan's already in motion. Buckle up, because Olivia's about to learn what happens when you underestimate Ethan Carter. Ethan Carter's fight is about to get bigger. It's Thursday evening, and inside his West End home, 3 miles from Atlanta's gleaming downtown, the 6-foot-tall single dad is on a mission. His handsome face, lit by the glow of a laptop, is all focus, his runner's frame leaning forward as he dials a number. Ethan's not just saving himself, he's rallying an army. Olivia Bennett's reign at Apex Innovations has left scars, and Ethan knows he's not her only target. His suspension has lit a fire, and he's ready to turn her game against her. First call. Maria Lopez, a 32-year-old marketing was fired by Olivia last year. They meet at a coffee shop in Midtown, 2 miles from Apex's high-rise. Maria's eyes flash with anger as she hands Ethan a USB drive. "Olivia's emails," she says, voice low. "She called me unqualified because I'm Latina, said I'd never fit their brand." Ethan nods, his jaw tight. "We're gonna use this." Next, he calls Jamal Reed, a 38-year-old black engineer passed over for promotion twice. Over beers at a Decatur dive bar, 5 miles east, Jamal shares a notebook of Olivia's microaggressions. Snide comments about his urban accent, recorded in detail. "I'm in, man," Jamal says, fist-bumping Ethan. "Let's take her down." Back home, Ethan hosts a secret meeting in his living room. Maria, Jamal, and 2 others, a black coder and an Asian accountant, both sidelined by Olivia, sit around a coffee table, faces lit with defiance. Ethan stands, his voice steady but electric. "Olivia thinks she can silence us, one by one. But together, we're unstoppable." He pulls up a spreadsheet on his laptop, mapping years of Olivia's discriminatory patterns, denied promotions, skewed reviews, all backed by emails and recordings. The room buzzes with hope. Maria clenches her fist. This is for everyone she's hurt. Ethan's not just fighting for Ava or his job anymore. This is about justice, about tearing down a system that lets people like Olivia thrive. His allies are ready, their evidence a ticking bomb. Olivia's sitting pretty in her 40th floor office, thinking she's won. She's about to learn what happens when the underdogs unite. Ethan's alliance is locked and loaded, and the real battle's just begun. The tension in Apex Innovations' Atlanta headquarters could shatter glass. It's Friday, 2 p.m., and the 40th floor conference room feels like a courtroom. Olivia Bennett, the 42-year-old exec, sits at the head of the table, her blonde bob pristine, her smile smug as she faces Ethan Carter. Flanked by HR's Rachel Thompson and 2 company lawyers, she's ready to seal Ethan's fate. The 6-foot-tall single dad, his runner's build sharp in a tailored suit, meets her gaze with unshakable calm. His handsome face betrays nothing, but his dark eyes burn with purpose. Olivia slides her phone forward, the damning photo of her disheveled in bed glowing. "Ethan exploited me," she declares, voice dripping venom. "He's a liability." Ethan leans forward, his voice low and lethal. "Ms. Bennett, you're saying I took that photo?" Funny, because you're building security cameras, 10 miles away in Buckhead, show you snapping it at 2 a.m., 3 hours after I left you safe. Olivia's smirk freezes. The lawyers shift. Pens pausing. Rachel's eyes widen. Ethan's not done. And what about Maria Lopez? Fired for being unqualified? Or Jamal Reed, passed over for promotion because of his vibe? He pauses, letting the names sink in. I've got their stories, Olivia. Emails, recordings, proof of your bias. You thought you could bury us all. Olivia's laugh is shrill, but her hands tremble. You're bluffing, she snaps, voice cracking. A man like you? Nobody's buying your story. But her eyes dart to the lawyers, betraying panic. Ethan's smile is cold, calculated. You sure about that? Those cameras don't lie. Neither do the 200 feet of hallway footage from this office, catching your private chats about keeping people like me in line. The room goes silent. Rachel gasps. A lawyer whispers urgently to Olivia, whose face drains of color. She stammers, This is a setup. But the confidence is gone, her throne crumbling. Ethan stands, his presence commanding the 20-foot room. He's not just fighting for himself or Ava. He's exposing a system that let Olivia's prejudice fester. Olivia's empire is cracking, and she knows it. She's underestimated Ethan Carter, and now she's cornered. But this showdown's just the start. Olivia's about to face a reckoning she never saw come. Ethan Carter's not playing small. It's Saturday morning, and inside a sleek law office in downtown Atlanta, 2 miles from Apex Innovation's towering headquarters, the 6-foot-tall single dad lays out his master plan. His chiseled frame leans over a conference table, his handsome face lit with fierce determination as he faces Sophia Grant, a sharp civil rights lawyer with a reputation for crushing corporate giants. Ethan's laptop hums, open to a digital fortress of evidence. 3 years of meticulously gathered proof that Olivia Bennett's prejudice runs deeper than one false accusation. This isn't just about clearing his name. It's about dismantling a system. Take a look, Ethan says, voice steady, clicking through folders. Spreadsheets detail how Black and Latino employees at Apex, folks like Maria Lopez and Jamal Reed, were denied promotions, given harsher reviews, and sidelined compared to white colleagues. Emails from Olivia pop up, her words chilling. We need to manage diversity without lowering standards. Then, the knockout punch, a 15-minute audio clip from a closed-door meeting, Olivia's voice clear. People like Ethan are great for optics, but leadership? That's not their lane. Sophia's jaw drops. You've been building this for years, she says, eyes wide. Ethan nods. Since I saw the pattern. Back at Apex's 40th floor executive suite, 200 feet above Atlanta's Peachtree Street, Olivia's oblivious. She's on a call, gloating to a fellow exec about handling Ethan. He's just a data guy, she laughs, sipping coffee. No one'll take him seriously. But Ethan's no ordinary data guy. His Navy-honed discipline and self-taught coding skills gave him access to Apex's digital underbelly, unnoticed by Olivia's IT team. Every snide email, every biased decision, every private call she made on company lines? Ethan's got it, time-stamped and backed up. This fight's bigger than Ethan's suspension or Ava's future. It's for every employee Olivia belittled, every dream she crushed with her 42-year-old smirk. Sophia leans forward, her voice electric. This could spark a federal probe, Ethan. You're not just taking down Olivia, you're shaking Apex to its core. Ethan's eyes gleam. Olivia thinks she's untouchable, safe in her glass office. She's dead wrong. Ethan's plan is a ticking time bomb, and when it blows, Atlanta's corporate world won't know what hit it. Olivia Bennett's arrogance is her own worst enemy. It's Monday morning, and in her 40th floor office at Apex Innovations, 200 feet above Atlanta's Peachtree Street, the 42-year-old exec thinks she's untouchable. Her blonde bob gleams under the LED lights as she leans over her desk, barking orders at HR manager Rachel Thompson. Rewrite Ethan's performance reviews. Olivia snaps, voice sharp as a switchblade. Make him look incompetent. Backdate it 2 years. Nobody'll question it. Rachel hesitates, her fingers hovering over her laptop, but Olivia's glare shuts her down. Do it or you're next, she hisses. What Olivia doesn't know. Ethan's got a mole in HR, and every word's being recorded on a hidden app. Across town, 5 miles away in a midtown diner, Ethan Carter, the 6-foot-tall single dad, gets a text from his ally, Maria Lopez. "Check your email," it reads. His chiseled face tightens as he opens a file, an audio clip of Olivia's latest move. But she's not done digging her grave. That afternoon, Olivia's on the phone in her Buckhead penthouse, 10 miles from Apex, her voice dripping with venom as she calls Maria. "You think you can sue me?" she sneers. "I'll ruin you before you get a lawyer." The call ends with a click, but Ethan's app, synced to Maria's phone, captures it all, every threat, every syllable, time-stamped. Then, a bombshell drops. A junior HR assistant, shaken by Olivia's pressure, slips Ethan a USB drive at a coffee shop 2 miles from downtown. It's a goldmine. Internal memos showing Olivia buried 3 discrimination complaints last year, all from minority employees. "She said it was bad PR," the assistant whispers, glancing over her shoulder. Ethan's dark eyes flash with resolve. His handsome face, usually warm, is now a mask of steel. Olivia's not just framing him. She's been rigging Apex's system for years, and now she's handing Ethan the rope to hang her with. Back in her office, Olivia sips a latte, smirking at her reflection in the glass wall. She thinks she's crushed Ethan, Maria, and anyone who'd dare cross her. She's dead wrong. Every move she makes is another nail in her coffin, and Ethan's holding the hammer. Olivia's empire is crumbling, and she's the one swinging the wrecking ball. The hammer falls on Olivia Bennett. It's Tuesday noon, and Atlanta's Apex Innovations is a war zone of shock. Olivia, the 42-year-old exec, sits in her 40th floor office, 200 feet above Peachtree Street, reviewing a pitch with her trademark smirk. Her blonde bob catches the sunlight, but her reign's about to end. HR's Rachel Thompson bursts in, face pale. "Olivia, the FBI's here. They want you. Now." Olivia's coffee cup freezes mid-air. "What?" she snaps, but her voice wavers. Down the hall, 2 federal agents in dark suits stride toward her, trailed by CEO David Harris, his face a mask of fury. In the glass-walled boardroom, Special Agent Carter takes charge. "Ms. Bennett, we have evidence of systemic discrimination at Apex, orchestrated by you." He plays an audio clip on his tablet. Olivia's voice, clear as day. "A black guy like Ethan? Courts won't buy his story over mine." The room gasps. Rachel covers her mouth. Harris's fists clench. Olivia's smirk vanishes, her eyes darting like a trapped animal. "That's out of context," she stammers. Carter slides a stack of documents across the 20-foot table. "These emails, memos, and recordings, gathered by Ethan Carter, show you rigging reviews, burying complaints, and framing him for your own photo stunt 10 miles away in Buckhead." Security footage rolls. Olivia snapping her evidence selfie at 2 a.m., hours after Ethan left. Harris explodes. "You've tanked our contracts, our reputation," he roars, slamming the table. "You're fired, Olivia. Get out." Olivia's face crumples, her polished facade shattered. "This is a setup," she cries, but the agents aren't moved. Carter's voice is ice. "You're under investigation for criminal conspiracy and racial discrimination." As Olivia is escorted out, her heels clicking on the hardwood, employees watch from the open-plan floor, stunned. The woman who ruled Apex is finished, her empire dust. Ethan's evidence, years of data, audio, and allies like Maria and Jamal, hasn't just saved him. It sparked a federal probe that'll shake Atlanta's corporate world. Olivia thought she could crush a 6-foot-tall single dad from Mechanicsville. She never saw the storm coming. Justice has landed, but Ethan's fight isn't over. What he does next will blow your mind. Ethan Carter's battle is won, but his heart's with Ava. It's a warm Saturday afternoon, and the 6-foot-tall single dad strolls through Atlanta's Piedmont Park, 3 miles from downtown skyscrapers. His chiseled frame moves easy in a t-shirt, his handsome face glowing as he pushes 9-year-old Ava on a swing. Her laughter echoes across the 200-acre green, her braids bouncing with each push. "Higher, Daddy!" she squeals, and Ethan's smile could light up Georgia. This is his victory, not just toppling Olivia Bennett, but keeping his promise to Ava, to always come home strong. At their West End house, 5 miles from Apex Innovations, Ethan sits with Ava at the kitchen table, helping her with a school project on Rosa Parks. "Why'd some folks treat her bad, Daddy?" Ava asks, her big eyes searching his. Ethan's voice is gentle but firm. "Some people think they're better, kiddo, but they're wrong. You stand up, you fight smart, and the truth wins." Ava nods, scribbling notes, her trust in him unshaken. That trust fueled Ethan's war against Olivia's lies, from Mechanicsville streets to Apex's 40th floor. His phone buzzes. It's Sophia Grant, the lawyer who helped him bury Olivia. "Ethan, it's over," she says, voice bright. "Olivia's facing criminal charges. Conspiracy, discrimination, the works. Apex is rewriting its policies because of you. Oh, and they want you as chief data officer." Ethan leans back, his dark eyes shining with pride. The offer's big, 6 figures, a corner office, but it's more than money. It's proof he's more than the data guy Olivia mocked 10 miles away in Buckhead. He's a game changer. Later, under the park's oak trees, Ethan and Ava share an ice cream, the Atlanta sun dipping low. He thinks of the foster homes, the Navy nights, the coding marathons that built this life. Olivia's downfall, her smug photo, her venomous calls, means nothing next to Ava's giggle. Ethan's not just a survivor. He's a dad who showed his girl what it means to rise. The FBI probe's shaking Apex, but Ethan's already looking forward. He's got plans, bigger than Atlanta's skyline, and Ava's right by his side. This isn't the end. It's a new beginning. Hand through Atlanta's Piedmont Park, 3 miles from downtown skyscrapers. The 6-foot-tall single dad, his chiseled frame relaxed, laughs as Ava chases a butterfly across the 200-acre green. This is what Ethan fought for, not just to topple Olivia Bennett's empire at Apex Innovations, but to show his girl that truth and grit can conquer anything. His evidence, from recordings to emails, didn't just bury a corrupt exec 10 miles away in Buckhead. It sparked a federal probe, shaking Atlanta's corporate world to its core. But Ethan's fight is bigger than one man. It's a rallying cry for all of us. Here's what Ethan's story teaches us. First, always be prepared. Ethan's Navy discipline and coding skills built a fortress of proof, audio, video, timestamps. In your own life, keep records, document unfair treatment, and stay ready to defend your truth. Second, find your allies. Ethan teamed up with Maria and Jamal, 5 miles across town in Decatur, turning a solo battle into a movement. Seek out those who share your fight. Together, you're unstoppable. Third, never let anyone define your worth. Olivia's sneers from her 40th floor office couldn't dim Ethan's shine. Know your value, whether you're from Mechanicsville or Manhattan. Finally, act for justice. Ethan didn't just save himself. He changed Apex's policies for everyone. Call out wrong when you see it, whether it's in a boardroom or your neighborhood. Now, it's your turn. Have you faced unfairness? Been judged before you could speak? Drop your story in the comments. We're listening. Hit that like button if Ethan's courage fired you up. Share this video to spread his message of justice across Atlanta and beyond. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that prove the underdog can win. Use hashtag #JusticeForEthan to join the movement. As the sun sets over Piedmont Park, Ethan and Ava stand tall, their silhouettes strong against the Georgia sky. This isn't just their victory, it's a call to rise, fight, and shine. Let's make it echo.